Hi, book lover. Welcome to your library, our library. It's all about fun in the reading culture. We are street accredited and corporate certified. Today's video is a precursor to a video I'm making about the world's most expensive book. So today's video is more of a backstory to the world's most expensive book, to how the book ended up becoming the world's most expensive, and how that person ended up owning that book at that particular time. Back to today's topic or today's video. Today's video is the world's most expensive newspaper. Is it not ironical that the world's most expensive newspaper, it's a free newspaper? In fact, it's our very own Kenyan newspaper, the People Daily. I'm sure you all know it as a free newspaper, the PD. But have you ever realized that to get a copy of the PD, especially in the morning, when it's still fresh in the morning, you have to be in two scenarios. Scenario number one, you need to be seated in the front seats of a PSV, or scenario number two, you need to be driving a personal vehicle. Let's start with scenario number one. For you to be seated at the front seat, especially in the morning hours, during the rush hour and all that, it's such a hassle. Let's take a 14-seater matatu. If you do your maths correctly, you have a 20% chance of sitting at the front seat or getting a spot at the front seat. Also, when you do your math with a minibus or the bus, the chances also they are slimmer. There is always a hassle with the front seat. You know, severally I've tried going to sit at the front seat and you get a feedback like najua hapa kuna watu. Yeah, there's no one who is seated, like the seats are already reserved. I also remember this scenario whereby I was I was going to Kayole for the first time, the first and the only time that I was going to Kayole. And I wanted to sit at the front seat and the driver was like, najua hapa mbele ni 70. I didn't have a problem with paying the extra 20 shilling, but the driver was smoking heavily. The vehicle was still bado iko na watu. So in the process of waiting for people, the driver was smoking heavily. It was like sitting in a chimney. And I was like, hey man, this is too expensive. I'm paying for this seat with my health. So I was like, okay, I just moved at the back seat. So there's that hassle. Okay, it doesn't mean that I don't sit at the front seat or it's not possible, but there's usually that hassle. Another dynamic that comes into play, even when you sit at the front seat and you get a chance, maybe the driver gets a chance to get a copy of the PD, you'll only read it for a few minutes or even maybe for an hour and leave it in the PSV. So it's a limited opportunity. It's like it's this limited thing, you know. The other scenario, for you to read the PD early in the morning while it's still fresh, you need to be driving a car. But then I've tried to ask those guys for a copy of the PD when I'm walking. Okay, I don't drive, but when I'm on foot, I've tried to ask for the PD, and those guys are like, no, you only give to people who are driving for reasons best known to them. I guess sisi watu wa Futsubishi tujipange, tujisote. So I tend to think that they presume everybody who is driving a car owns a car. And owning a car in Kenya is a big deal. It's yeah, 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 yeah. It's a big deal, I tell you. You know, unlike abroad, whereby in those stories when you read books about people in abroad, they're like, there was this time I was so broke. I I used to live in my car, or there was this time I was so broke, yeah, and I couldn't even afford gas for my car. Hey, those stories, man. How can you be broke and you can't and you have a car? But in Kenya, it's another ball game. Once you have a car, things change. Yeah, the dynamics change. Yeah, even in the dating scenario, when you have a car, the dynamics change. They truly change. Yeah, in Kenya, like ladies especially, when they go back home, wanaulizangwa umepata mtu, or if they go and say that yeah, I'm dating, nimepata huyu mtu, the first question is ni kabila gani, you know anafanya kazi wapi, eh? Akona gari, so having a car is a big deal. I even remember like 2 years ago, I was attending 2 3 years ago back, I was attending this end of year church service, and this lady came at the altar. She was giving her testimony, and she was like, her family has had a good year. The family has been truly be blessed has been blessed. You know, they bought a new car. I think having a car in Kenya is overrated. Yeah, a car is essential. I agree, but I think it's just a basic. It's a basic. It should be something basic. Hata ifai kuhesabiwa kama baraka, it's like, yeah, it's something just basic. But now you see the scenario, the dynamics that we have. So if you consider all those dynamics, it means that reading people daily in the morning, eh, huyu mtu kweli amebarikiwa, anafaa hata ushuhuda like, enyewe hii mwaka yote nimesoma people daily in the morning. In fact, watu husoma people daily, they should not file nil returns. They should not file nil returns. In fact, the window for filing the returns now is opened. You can start filing your returns. Na kama wewe unasomanga people daily, don't file nil returns. Yeah. So this is the backstory to the next video that I'll be making about the world most expensive book. So when I talk about this expensive book, I'm sure now we have the backstory, and now we shall be able to see how come this book is the world most expensive book, and how this person ended up having this or owning this book at that particular time. In the comment section, I'd like to hear what other thing that is packaged as free, yet it's actually very expensive. You know, the case of free goods. Sorry, the case of free gifts. Gifts are supposed to be free. You know, you can't talk about free gifts. It's either it's a gift or it's free, not free gifts. So you can share in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys, for your support and for the love. I truly appreciate. And we are still rebranding and experimenting on a few things here and there. We have shifted from the YouTube library to your library, our library, and still experimenting with that. The other thing is that we have started the Patrons Hub. It's a segment where the members can share a story, they can read a story. Yeah. And thank you to Sheila Valentine and Nika for the good job. Yeah, we truly appreciate. Also, we are planning to start a new segment known as the shout out segment. In this segment, you have a chance to shout out to someone and also to dedicate a book to them. Also, if there is someone who has a special occasion like a birthday, you can you can use that platform to convey your message and also to dedicate a book to them. Thank you very much, guys, for the support. Yeah, and for those of you who have not yet subscribed, kindly do. So, subscribe, like, and share the video. Thank you very much, and tune in, turn on the notification bell for the next video about the world most expensive book. Thank you, guys.